Hey, good people. Welcome to Determined Women of Destiny, powered by Rudy Radio, Rude Rangers Entertainment. I am your host, Yvonne, the Motivator Man. This is the show that gives you the business, the good, the bad, and the beautiful of female entrepreneurship, providing business empowerment through inspirational motivation. I'd like to welcome to the show Miss Helena Robinson. Hello, Helena.
Hello, how are you?
I am well. I am so happy to have you on the show and kick off 2021 and the first month in it. People
Yes.
always, they have New Year's resolutions, and one of the things they do is, I'm going to save money, or I'm going to get my finances together, or, I want to look into buying stocks, or I want to look into, just making my money work for me. And I believe that you are the best person to advise us going into this new year. Tell me exactly, what is your title?
Okay, I have a couple of titles. My career is accounting and bookkeeping,
Mhm.
and I'm also a certified national financial educator council instructor. So,
Oh,
yes,
so
yes,
yeah, you can tell us about our money, can't you?
I think so. Yes, ma'am.
So how did you get into this line of work?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you. I have been in the world of finance since I was a teenager. I went to a business high school in New York, down in New York City. I don't know if the school is still there, but this is back in the 80s, called Murray Bertram High School for Business Careers down Pearl Street near Police, right across from Police Plaza, Pace University down there. And since the 80s, I majored in accounting even in high school. My major was accounting, and we had to do internships. And I had an internship at the American Stock Exchange as a freshman in high school. So I've been in the world of finance for over 44 years. I just my brain just likes numbers. That's my happy place when I'm talking about numbers and helping people with numbers. So that's basically how I got started.
Oh, your happy place is numbers. Okay. Where everybody else is running away from math, you was running to it.
Right. And accounting and bookkeeping is a different kind of math. Usually people
Mhm.
think about math, they're thinking of, like higher math, calculus and, trig or something. I have to be honest, I didn't do well. Matter of fact, it's so funny. High school, I didn't do well. Then I went to college and did B work, like excellent in calculus. I don't know. I guess the harder it is or something, the more abstract it is, the better it is for me. I don't know. I really can't explain that, but that's how I'm wired.
That's fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. What is your motivation that keeps you in this field?
What keeps me in this field is that one, I like it. You can't be in something if you don't like it. And I like helping people. So the two
Okay.
go together. I like what I'm doing and I like helping people. Numbers is not a happy place for a lot of people. And so the difference between what I do, because there are a lot of quote unquote financial literacy consultants out there. My difference, what makes me stand out, is that not only do I want to promote financial literacy, but I also would like to help people to organize their finances and get in touch with themselves on how they've been dealing with finances their whole life. Because it's not just about, I mean, you can YouTube and get a whole bunch of information on how to organize or what financial literacy is, but finances is really emotional. How you've been dealing with finances your whole life is what got you to where you are right now, each and every single one of us. So that's what makes me different than all the rest of the consultants or quote unquote financial gurus out here, is that one, I like what I'm doing. Two, I like helping people. And three, I like to help people to organize their finances, not just have a bunch of facts and figures and steps, 5 steps to this and 6 steps to that. Let's really get down deep into what you want to do, where you want to go with your finances. Because guess what? If you don't have a plan for your finances will just disappear. If for the word that says, my people, write the vision down,
That's right.
and make it plain. So
Yep.
if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail, right?
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Now, when you talk about financial literacy, I know there's a lot of different facets to that. So, explain that and break that down what exactly financial literacy is.
yeah, there's a whole lot of components. There's credit, there's savings, there's investing, all the components. If each individual will sit down and think about a vision that they have for their finances, there's your financial literacy. Is being educated, literate about how to handle all those different facets of finances, handling your personal finances. Because not everybody, not everybody knows, all the different facets. Like I said, credit, savings, investing.
Right,
Um,
because all we know is go to work, make the
that's
money,
it.
pay the bills, and if you have anything left over, then you can pay for the stuff you like cable, and maybe buy some clothes, possibly go on vacation.
Right.
But
And we forget
really,
about budgeting. That's another. A lot of people don't like the word budgeting. I like to say finance, not budgeting, but like a plan, like just make a plan for where you want your money to go if you don't like the word budgeting. Because I know a lot of people don't like, I can't stand that, keeping track of every little penny. But you know what? If you don't keep track,
that's
then you
right.
can't blame anybody but yourself if you're not accomplishing the financial goals that you want to achieve for yourself.
Now, the name of your business is very interesting. How did you come up? Tell us the name of it and how you came up with the concept for the name of your business.
Okay. Yep. The name of my business is Life is Helping People. Because I've realized my whole life that's what I've been doing, helping people. I'm an encourager. Um, that's just something that comes natural to me. It's easy for me to encourage other people. And so life is helping people. I mean, it just came to me, and my logo is a briefcase, actually. If you go to lifeishelpingpeople.com, you'll see the logo there, and I have a little ebook there that talks about 12 easy steps that you can take to light up your financial house, And so, because a lot of financial houses are in the dark now because of with COVID and everything that's going on. A lot of people just want to leave the light out in their financial house and don't want to go in there.
What's a
But
financial house? What do you mean by
all
financial house?
all the components of your finances, your earnings, your savings, your spending, your investing, everything that comprises a house. Like you build a house, there's a foundation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody has some type of financial house. They're I just call it that because I picture that. That's something else that I have a picture in my mind of a building that says Life is Helping People on the outside. And within the building, there are various rooms. And one of the rooms is financial literacy. I haven't found out yet. God hasn't told me yet what the other rooms are going to entail. But I know
Okay.
one of them is to help people in their finances. So turn on the light in your, financial house. Because like I said, a lot of houses are dark where people they don't want to talk about it, legacy. That's another thing. What would you like to leave behind? Some people don't care. Some people feel like when I'm gone, I don't care what's here. I don't care what bills I leave or, like debt or they have to figure it out. But some people care. They
Yep.
really want to have a say as to what they, would like to leave behind, a present or some valuables, some collectibles or, something that they would like to leave behind. So it's just a lot of pieces to the puzzle with
Yep.
a financial house.
You talked about a legacy, leaving something for someone else, especially our children. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like people of color don't buy into that as much as our other counterparts that we live with here on this big blue ball.
That is correct, because I think again, I'm not into all the statistics. This is something that everybody can find out for themselves. It's not hard to find. Is that because of the way that people of color um, were brought here to this land that we reside in, they had to survive, we had to survive. So that mentality that just wasn't there. They were trying to survive, they were trying to take care of their family, they were dealing with a lot of mental issues, as far as trying to stay strong for their families and for themselves. That was not on the front burner about leaving a legacy, or investing. That was not even thought about. They were blessed to be able to read, or something
Right.
like that,
We didn't
so
have anything. We didn't have Big Daddy's house
no,
plantation to leave to our sons and our daughters.
no.
So I agree with you because of the fact that our finances are different. We look at it a lot differently,
Yes,
and because our finances sometimes are a lot less. And
yes,
like you said, we're in the mode of survival.
right.
You know, we're striving to survive. And
Mm-hmm.
in the midst of that, we don't even get a chance to enjoy our money.
Mm-hmm.
And if we learn that budget that you say everybody runs so hot and heavy from, we would be able to enjoy our money, and our money would start making money for itself.
Yes.
We're going to go to commercial break, but when we come back,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to talk to Miss Helena a little bit more about financial literacy and definitely about that budget, because I know she has a lot of tips for you to get your finances straight in 2021. We'll be right back after this break.
How you guys doing? Chef Mark Bynum Concepts. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Chef Mark Bynum. You can find me on my website at markbynumconcepts.com. This is the Ask Insert for 2020. It's going to be something that's going to take you into the future. It's all about being healthy. It's all about getting your body right and then helping your mind. So I need you guys to look up some sea moss. I'll have the link on my social media page so you can purchase. I also need you guys to get to Fountain in Huntington. Go check that out. Get yourself on some alkaline water. Get into the infrared sauna. Definitely try and push your body to make it cleaner and stronger and healthier. It's all about what you put in, and it allows you to put out even more. This destiny that you guys have can only be met if you're in tip-top condition. Let the sweet greens take you away. And I'll definitely give you more cocktails and more great food tips in 2021. Chef Mark Bynum Concepts. You guys have a great one, and Happy New Year.
Welcome back to Determined Women of Destiny. If you're just tuning in, I am your host, Yvonne, the Motivator Man. This is the show that gives you the business. I have been talking with Miss Helena Robinson. She is a financial literacy counseling coach. I think I just changed the whole name around, but
Educators, okay.
educator. That's it. She's an educator. And before we went to break, she was talking a little bit about budget. So we're going to continue the conversation about financial literacy, and I want her to give us a little bit more in-depth understanding, because before the break, you said something very poignant, and I don't know if people caught it, but you said how your emotions flow is how your money goes.
Yes.
And I want you to talk about the correlation of emotional stress and emotional well being and how that affects your money.
Yes, absolutely. I'd like to ask people to think about their first memory that they have dealing with money, whether it was birthday money, whether it was grandma, when grandma, grandpa, whoever came, or uncle or aunt, or whoever came over whatever their first memory is, I like to ask people to think about that. And then I think about, like, if you don't have a plan for your money, then you just don't know where it's going. You look up one day and you're like, how did I wind up here? I'll give you every year I try to set up a goal where I'm going to save more than the year before. So the best way to do that, if you have some type of goal that you have for your money, the best way to do it is put it on automatic. So if you work or you get earnings from anywhere, have it go automatically from one account to the other, where your savings goes. Whether it's a money market account that might have a little bit of a higher return on it than a regular passbook savings or something, but put it on automatic and forget about it. A year from now, six months from when you start, you can take a look at it if you want, but you'd be surprised that when you put your investing also, I won't get into that, but that's another piece. You can invest on automatic. You could put your monies in some type of investment automatically and watch it grow and leave it there. There's all kinds of little ways that you can help yourself, and one of the top ways is to put it on automatic. So as far as emotions go, you have to, within ourselves, we have to make a decision that we want to change. We don't want to be the same. We don't want to be having the same conversation next year and nothing has changed. So that's something that's within, that's emotional. We can't force another person to want to do these things, to move from where they are to where they want to be. So there are certain steps that we have to take. So that's emotional. Nobody can make you. I guess when somebody goes to AA or any type of program or anything, you have to know that you have a issue or a situation that you want to resolve, and then try to get help for that. If you don't, then you're going to be having the same conversation and you'll be at the same point that you were, next year, if you don't do something about it. So yeah, it's emotional. You have to, within yourself, you have to just think about, okay, so what I want to do. And that requires sitting down, being quiet, and laying out your finances. That's the whole budget monitoring thing. You lay it all out. You lay out what's coming in. You look out what's going out. You examine where it's going. You tweak it. Maybe too much we should be saving on gas right now because of COVID, for those who don't have to go anywhere.
Child, ain't nobody staying home. That's why these numbers is rising.
Yeah.
They're out here in these streets like this air is not dirty. You would think, right? You would
Right,
think.
so you have to examine your plan. So you have to want to make the plan, which is emotional, is tied to that. And then once you have made the decision, okay, I want to make a plan, you sit down and you look at your finances. Some people don't even know where to start. You would think that, come on, you deal with finances every day. What do you mean you don't know where to start? So, but you look at what's coming in, get your last tax return, look and see if you have your last 3 or 4 tax returns, look and see how much came in. Can you tell yourself or explain to someone where it went?
Right.
And if you can't, then you need to sit down and look at where it's going and where you can make some changes. You have mentioned before about all a lot of us know how to do is go to work, pay our bills, and if we have any leftover or whatever, we can get cable or whatever. Do we really need cable anymore because of streaming and things like that?
Right.
The streaming services stop. I'm not in investing, but anything that has to do with streaming, those stocks have gone up. So anybody who was smart enough to get in on that when all this first started with the COVID or whatever, they're probably doing really nice right now.
Whoever the creator of Zoom is,
yes,
when he first created this,
yes,
I'm quite sure he
that's
did
right.
not know that in 2020 our whole world would be centered around Zoom.
That's right. And other platforms too. Free
Yes.
Conference Call has a video version of it, and yeah, there's a lot of them. So it's about taking the time to sit down and plan. So that's all a budget is. It's just laying out what's coming in as far as earnings. It's different earnings that could come in, whether it's a side gig, whether it's your profession, whatever it is. Then it's laying out also what you're spending. And then there's all kind of apps. You can look it up yourself. I'm not going to recommend any, but there are all kind of apps that you can get to help you track where your money is going, even down to the penny. So every time you spend something, it can go right into the app. You can take a picture of your receipt and it'll even categorize it for you. So you don't even have to do that.
Well, I want you to talk a little bit more about how you said, think about what you want to save for the year. So my question is, all right, so January's coming. And I want to save for the whole year, let's say $10,000. Then I have to look at how much I make and how much I have to save in a 12-month period to put that $10,000 in the bank.
Right. That's all you have to do. Say, for instance, you're a person who gets 26 pays. Say, for instance, somebody, they get paid every 2 weeks. So that 10,000 divided by 26 pays is $384 a month.
Oh, okay. And you'll have $10,000 at the end.
Well, 26 pays, excuse me.
Right.
Twice a month, every 2 weeks, you putting 384 to the side, you'd have 10.
Right. Okay, so basically, so about $700 a month.
Yep.
Okay. So we're not putting $10,000 in the bank this year. We may have to go for next year, but
half, even
but
a
you
quarter.
Get the concept. You get the concept, because I was having a conversation with someone, and I said, first of all, before you even get your money, the U.S. government has already taken out taxes.
Right.
So they've already got you. And
that's why they tell you to pay yourself first.
Right. So if you're a tither, you're giving 10%.
Right.
So why
that's
can't
30,
you get
40% gone right there?
Right. So why can't you give yourself 10%? So people say, well, I don't have 10% to give myself. So let's just say roundabout. You make I'm just going lowball, $250 a week. Right. So that's $500 every 2 weeks. Yep. So that's $50. That's $50. Okay. Yes. So you said, well, $500 a week, which is $1,000 a month. That's no money. You're absolutely right. It's no money for an adult. Right. So how do I save? Well, I tell you this, I bet you that adult that's bringing home $1,000 a month got some clothes in there that cost a lot more than they need to. They're not just shopping. They ain't shopping at Walmart.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And also the retail therapy that we call ourselves that we do. Oh, I'm so depressed. I don't feel good. Let me buy myself something. Nope. How about you just call a therapist, because you can do it all, by phone and online and
That's
Zoom.
Right.
You don't feel good. You have insurance. Call a therapist. Keep your money in your pocket. All right.
That's right. That's right.
And let your insurance pay for you to get some really good help. Yes. Because this retail therapy is killing us. Absolutely. Unhealthy. Yes.
Unhealthy.
Yes. So give us a couple. I know you gave us a few tips on, how to do that budget and maybe how to save, but can you just break it down to the lowest common denominator where anybody could understand this savings thing? Because listen, COVID looked like it's not going nowhere. And when it does go, we're all going to be flying out this house like chickens out of coop.
Right.
So while we're in the house, let's save. Let our financial house, as you put it, be lit up. Yes. Give us at least 3 good tips to help us do that.
Okay. I would say the first tip is make a goal. Set a goal for what you want, because you have to know where you're going before you start going anywhere. It's just like going on a trip. If you're going to, say, South Carolina and you're in New York, you don't want to go up towards Boston. You would be going the wrong way. So you have to decide, how much do you want to put aside? How much would you like to save? So that's the first step. That's the first tip. Know where you want to go, how much you want to save. Number 2, you have to look at what is reasonable for you. What can you really actually save? What are you willing to discipline yourself really to save? So if you know that you definitely have the $50 twice a month, so $100 a month, save it. And what you do is, like I said, put it on automatic. If you're working, you can just have it automatically go from out of the paycheck over to a savings account or a money market account. Have it go over there immediately. You don't have to touch it. But if you don't have that ability, you're not, say for instance, you're entrepreneur, and this is what you do full time, and you don't have, like, quote unquote per se a paycheck, you can transfer the money automatically every time you're paid for a gig or whatever. Automatically have amount and a percentage or whatever set in your mind that you're going to always put a certain amount away over to your savings. It's like paying yourself. Like you said, the government takes theirs immediately before people with that, with those type of earnings, with paycheck earnings, comes out immediately. So we need to immediately pay ourselves. So that's what I would say, make a decision, see how much you want, what total you're looking for to save, set a goal. That's it. Set a goal. Then number 2 is realistically look at what you have. What can you, don't set yourself up to fail, set yourself up to win, to accomplish your goal. So set up something that's reasonable. Where if $50 or $100 a month, start somewhere. Just start. I think that's number 1. Start. It's start. Is to sit down and think about, what your goal is. Start it, and then 6 months or 12 months from when you started, take a quick little look, because that's like motivation. That'll motivate you to keep going. When you see that, oh wow, it's really building up, because you'd be surprised after 6 months or a year how much it can build up. So I would say, and then give yourself a little reward, not the shopping therapy, but give yourself a little reward when you've reached certain goals too. I think that will help you, that will motivate you to keep going. Have an accountability partner. Have a savings club. Start a savings club.
I like that.
3 or 4 or 5 people, and you challenge each other. How much you gonna save this month? How much you gonna save? And then you hold each other accountable. Start a savings club. Accountability is key. It's important.
I love that. I love that. You know what? Determined Women of Destiny, we're going to start a savings club.
Excellent.
And I'm going to look at an amount. I'll say it right now. We're going to save $10 a month. That's Excellent. You're going to name that Determined Women of Destiny Savings Club, and you're going to put the $10 in there. So December 31st, 2021, you should have $120.
That's right.
In your savings that you could take out and now put into another savings account.
Yes.
Like an IRA. Please, people. Please. My biggest fear is I don't think anything's wrong with being a greeter at Walmart. I just don't want it to be me when I'm 70. You know. And in my youth, I wasn't thinking about
same here
retirement because I was a single parent. So if a job was even $1,500 more a year, let me jump to that job. This job is $3,000 more dollars a year. Let me jump to this job. Oh my goodness, this job is giving me $7,000 more a year. Let me jump to that job. And I went from job to job to job, and I was blessed because each one allowed me to work very proficiently in the not-for-profit world. But it did not give me stability when it came to my money.
Yes. And I want to say something to that. I'm so glad you said that, because you know what it reminded me, that sometimes people think that the only way that they can have a retirement account is that they work for somebody who has like a 401k available to them. But today, and it's been that way a long time, you can open your own retirement account. Open your own retirement account, whether it's a Roth IRA or there's so many of them. You open your own so that no matter where if you change jobs, it doesn't matter. It's yours. You don't have to roll it over anything because it's yours. You just keep putting in it. And you can set that up automatically too, that it'll go from your paycheck to your own personal IRA. So I'm glad you said that, which is just a retirement account, and it also helps you with your taxes. That'll lower your tax bill.
Now, my question about the IRA, it lowers your tax bill, but if you take that money out,
you're going to get a penalty. There's a penalty.
But you have to be
before age 50, 55, 56, you're going to get a penalty.
Okay, so my bank said 59 and a half, and I'm laughing 59. Because he says, if you take this money out, you're going to get a penalty, Yvonne. I said, no, I'm not, because I'll be 60 in July. So I can take that money out now on my birthday and just put it somewhere else, and I won't get a penalty for it, right? Because I'm of age.
Right.
Okay.
Right. But I would ask questions first. I would make sure, what am I going to be responsible for? Because see, that's the difference between the different types of retirement accounts. Because like I mentioned about the Roth IRA, those type of accounts, tax has already been charged to you. So that's after tax. Okay. But there's other IRAs that are pre-tax, meaning that you didn't pay taxes on it. So when you do pull it out, you're going to have to pay taxes on it.
Right.
So you're going to have to pay taxes on, the different types of, depending on what kind of retirement account that you have. So I would ask questions. And I have to say that I am not certified investment counsel or whatever. Don't take this advice.
Get an investor. You're just financial literacy.
Right, exactly.
We teaching you how to deal with your money so you can take it to an investor.
Exactly. Because some people just don't know where to start. I'm the one that, they come to say, okay, where do I begin? So I'm the person, and I give, like a 30-minute, 15, 30-minute free consultation just to see whether or not we're a good fit, and then, we could set up something from there as to see what we can do to help you, anyone who is looking to clean up their financial house and turn on the light in their financial house.
Tell us again how we can contact you.
You can contact me at lifeishelpingpeople.com. There's a form there to fill out with your email address and your name and everything. And then also I have the financial literacy website, which is financialeducator's.org/Helena, HELENA -Robinson, ROBINSON. So I'm sure you'll put the link in the bottom of the this show.
Yes, I will let everybody know how to contact you, because this was some really, really good information. I thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing it with us. Before we go, just give us some motivational tips about our money and going into the new year, because I always believe that, what you hear today may not work tomorrow, but along the line, you'll remember what you heard and it may jumpstart something. So for people listening today, they may not want to take care of their money today. They may not feel their light on their house should come on, but you never know down the road. So leave us with something really motivational to get us taking them dollars and putting them together and making them work for us.
Yes. One of my concerns has been for a very long time, again, we talk about our community, the people of color, is the passing of the hat when somebody passes away. And when you're young, life insurance cost is very, very low.
That's right.
It's less than a movie ticket. When you're young. When you get older, the price is going to increase. However, it's still doable.
Right.
I recommend term life. I don't recommend a specific company, but term life. Everyone should have enough life insurance to cover any debt that they have. If you have a $400,000 house that you still owe 300, you should have that. Whatever your debts come to, you should have that much in life insurance. That's not even counting your to replace your income. If something happened to you, who would be affected, by the loss of your income? Again, I know some people don't care, but for those who do, think about that. College students, if you have a huge student loans, is it fair to leave that behind? God forbid something happens to you. Is that fair? Is it fair to leave that behind for your parents or grandparents to have to pay your student loan debt because something happened to you and you didn't have life insurance? So I'm a big, person on that. Just please get life insurance. Let's see, eliminate debt as fast as you can. There were people who, yes, they lost positions and things like that with this COVID, but some people were really okay because they knew how to save for a rainy day. They had 3, 4, 5, or 6 months of their living expenses saved up to the side. So that's something that, we've gone past the 6, 7 months, but at least they were okay for 6, 7 months,
Right.
So please get out of debt as fast as you can. Any real estate, vehicle, credit card, educational loans, lines of credit, any of those types of debt, get out of debt as fast as you can. Donate, donate, donate. You say, but if I don't have a job or I lost my business or everything I have, how am I going to donate anything? We can donate something, whether it's a smile, whether it's our time. You'd be surprised if you
Right.
do just a little small thing, help feed some people, anything. You'd be surprised how things will turn around for you if you just give away, donate something, some type of time, talent, whether or not you have any treasure or not. You can donate something. And I
Very
would
true.
say, look for where you can change where there's waste. If you have any waste, the unnecessary waste in your life, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Take a really good close look at where you're spending, where your funds are going. And if you could really do without some things, is it really necessary to spend on what you're spending on right now? You have to really be honest with yourself. This is not to look good or sound good. It's for your benefit, to get you to where you want to go, where you want to be. Hopefully that was motivational.
Miss Helena, thank you. You have dropped so many jewels, and I hope that everyone that listens to this, they ran and got a pen and a piece of paper and was writing down a lot of the things that you said, because I know myself. I'm going to listen to this again, and I'm going to try to tap in on a lot of the things that you said. So I thank you. I thank you. And tell us one more time how to contact you.
Lifeishelpingpeople.com. And my financial literacy website is www.financialeducatorscouncil.org/Helena, HELENA -Robinson, ROBINSON.
Okay, I wanted you to say it again because you guys have no reason not to contact her. Even if you just do, you just get consultation. And, I'm quite sure our consultation will be very informative.
Yes. Life is
Determined with,
helping people. Oh, I thought you wanted me to say it
no,
again.
go ahead.
Oh,
No.
okay. Lifeishelpingpeople.com. And the financial literacy website is www.financialeducatorscouncil.org/Helena, HELENA -Robinson.
Thank you, Miss Helena.
You are so welcome.
You have been listening to Determined Women of Destiny. The show is sponsored by Slinger Haskell Funeral Home. My creative director is Rudy J. Breedy. I have been your host, Yvonne the Motivator Man. Until next time, good people, keep doing what you're doing until what you're doing gets done. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.